Hello! Welcome to this thing we're doing. I'm Sarah-Hazen Bask.
Did you forget?
Sure. This is my co-host, Kaeden.
Hello.
And this is 'Cause We Can Comment... No, wait. Podcasts. Every fucking time. This is where we talk about stuff. A movie we saw, some trailers we've watched, and whatever news we can find, if there is any.
So let's start with the news you found.
Yes, for sure.
Because I was lazy and looked up no news.
Yeah.
So,
Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know how old this news is, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got picked up for season 7.
I have seen none of that? Or did I watch one episode with you, which was the season finale
of season 5.
Season 5, so there's another whole season out.
Not out yet. Season 6 isn't out yet.
Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting.
So that's why this is good news, because it means they have faith in the series still.
Yeah, that's really good.
Enough to give it not just one season. Because they confirmed season 6 near the end of season 5. Like, it was...
Yeah.
When that last episode was aired, we didn't know if it was getting renewed or not.
Right.
But then it got renewed for season 6, and now they're doing a season 7 too after that, which is good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've never watched it except for that one episode. Not for any particular reason.
Yeah.
Just haven't yet.
Yeah, I feel like it's a really good show, but it's like a lot of Marvel fans, like those who started watching it when it first started, just stopped watching it because the first season was probably the worst season. Not that it's a bad season, it was just not...
It got better.
Yeah, it got better, and a lot of people just crapped out on the first season and just didn't come back.
That sucks.
So...
If it got better.
Yeah. Like, people are coming back now, but, like, slowly and surely. And a lot of people just... Because it's not the same quality as, like, the Netflix in terms of story.
Yeah.
But it feels connected more to the movies, too, because they reference them all the time.
It's weird
and they're affected by the events.
It's weird that they have, like, the two kinds of television shows.
Yeah, they got the ABC stuff, and they got the...
Yeah. It's interesting, but it's weird. Because they're all sort of interconnected, like,
yeah,
canon,
but,
right?
like, the Netflix stuff, even just down to how it's filmed, it's filmed more like a movie, kind of.
Yeah, it's very cinematic.
Where the camera is like a network television show camera.
Yeah.
It's like network... It feels like a network television show because that's what it is.
Yeah. Does it predate the Netflix shows?
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a lot more interconnected to the movies, too. Because, like, when Winter Soldier happened, that, like, screwed everything up for the first season.
Yeah.
Like, in a good way.
Yeah, like it gave them the content for the show.
Yeah, it gave them better content because S.H.I.E.L.D. had to go underground, basically. And had to fight Hydra within their own forces, and a lot of the characters that you were following were like, oh no, they're Hydra agents!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I will. Someday.
Mm-hmm.
When the stars align for me to watch it, and there was just a notification on the computer. Sorry for that sound.
Yeah.
What other news did you get, Sarah-Hazen?
Since we're on the Marvel...
Bandwagon?
Yes, that's the word. So we all know last week Stan Lee passed?
Yes, we talked about that on the podcast last week.
Kevin Feige penned an emotional tribute to Stan Lee and details their final meeting.
Oh. I saw a lot of news like that, like where it was like the actors from the movies were like saying something.
Yeah, but most of that was just like one tweet. And I feel like because this is Kevin Feige, who is like, he's Marvel Studios, basically.
Yeah.
But here's the quote. Oh my god, this is longer than I thought it would be. Some of his lessons are unspoken. He didn't come to sit and read the scripts and review the cuts. He came in, did a cameo that excited everybody, and would let his work speak for itself. He was very nice in my interactions with him, including what ended up being my final conversation with him about 2 weeks before he died. I went to his house to see him, and he reminisced about the cameos. We were talking about what was coming up. Always looking to the future. Did he know that his time was running out? I don't know. In hindsight, he was slightly more wistful than I'd seen him before. He talked about the past more than I had ever heard him talk about the past. So maybe on some level he knew. When I sat down by his chair in our last meeting, the very first thing he said was, I know you want me to star in the next movie, but I just want to stick to the cameos. You'll have to leave the starring roles to the other actors. I'm sorry. He would show up to the movie sets game for anything, but one thing he would always do is try to add more lines. He always would joke, but not really joke, about wanting more lines, although he understood why he couldn't. God forbid he could start to overshadow the heroes. That was something a character like Stan Lee could easily do. So yeah, not nice little quote there.
Yeah.
But not news, really. Nothing new.
It would come up in the news, like in a newspaper, might print something like that. But it's like, yeah, we knew Stan Lee did a lot of cameos.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought I would maybe hint at what the future beholds for those cameos, but I guess not, because that's what I was thinking when I saw Kevin Feige talks about Stan Lee. But no. Okay.
As I choke on my coffee.
And speaking of the MCU, they finally released an official timeline for the movies.
Okay.
Because after Spider-Man Homecoming fucked everything up with the 8 years later, which is not true.
Oh.
Like, that title card of 8 years later after the first Avengers, apparently. But that it doesn't fit.
So they have to, like, go back and fix that.
Yeah, but then even when they did
there was a typo.
Infinity War, they were like, yeah, it was basically just a typo, because even Infinity War, they're like, 6 years ago, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Tony Stark says.
So honestly, someone made a typo, no one caught it, and it went right through the final picture.
Basically.
It can happen, typos happen to everybody.
Yeah. Basically, 1943 to 45, Captain America, the First Avenger, that's... Yeah, World War II. I need to get my World Wars in order. World War II. Yeah, everybody knows that. But the big difference now is Iron Man. Some people already know that, this because they around the release of the first Avengers, they released a timeline sort of thing.
Yeah.
But Iron Man takes place in 2010.
Yeah.
As opposed to 2008 when it came out.
Oh, so it's slightly in the future?
Yeah.
Was that in retrospect?
Yeah. It was in retrospect, because then Iron Man 2 takes place in 2011, and that says 6 months later.
Yeah.
Not 6 years, 6 months.
Yeah.
So, it has to take place a lot closer to Iron Man 1. Or Iron Man 1 has to take place a lot closer to 2, I guess.
Yeah, these are just things I didn't think about at the time.
And Incredible Hulk also takes place in 2011, which also came out in 2008. And Thor, well, that actually came out in 2011, I think, along with Captain America's. And that's where all the future stuff of Captain America takes place too, is around 2011.
Yeah.
Then 2012, Avengers, and Iron Man 3. So, like, Iron Man 3 takes place around Christmas time, so, like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's so close, and it feels so close to the first Avengers too, and how he's having freaking PTSD.
Yeah. Because I think when they made the movies, they were more thinking of the story and not, like, the logistics of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because they probably would have had the Avengers take place in 2019 if they could have gotten the movie out in time.
Yeah. And then Thor, the Worst Thor, 2013.
Yeah.
Captain America, the Best Captain America, 2014. That's nice. Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
In case you thought Civil War was a better movie. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I don't know what my thoughts are on that either.
Nice.
I haven't thought about it.
Nice. And also...
I just like Iron Man.
Yeah.
1. That's
and Guardians 1 and 2 take place in 2014 as well.
Nice.
Which we already know because Volume 2 takes place another 6 months. It's just another 6 months later thing.
Yeah.
Too.
But you have to sort of say it because it takes place in space. So
yeah.
People will automatically think that's in the future.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 2015, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man following that.
Yeah.
2016, Civil War, and Spider-Man Homecoming following that.
Yeah.
Because that's another 6 months later from Civil War.
Yeah.
Or is it 1 or 2 months?
I don't remember.
It's a couple months later.
Yeah.
2016 to 2017 is Doctor Strange.
Because it's a year long.
Yeah. And then 2017, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, and Infinity War is...
Nice.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Any other news that you came to your brain?
No, that just makes perfect sense. And I think it's funny that, they have to, oh no, it took place in the future because production times for Avengers took too long. That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? The narratively.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, most of it all takes place when it came out. It's just freaking Iron Man was 2010.
Yeah. Just because...
And Incredible Hulk 2011.
They probably didn't know that they were going to get to make the Avengers at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They planned it, but you never know, right? I had to see how how it went, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that the first one that came out?
Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Incredible Hulk was the second.
Yeah, and that didn't do very well, so it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to force people to watch it somehow by putting it in the same week as Iron Man 2 and Thor. There's even a line in Iron Man 2 where Nick Fury's like, I got other bigger problems happening right now, referring to the Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, news. That's all our news.
Yeah. Slow week for news.
Not
every week's gonna have all the news, but...
Not a fairly fine week for trailers, though.
Yeah.
We forgot last week.
Yeah, we watched the Detective Pikachu trailer before we did the podcast.
But then we just, we're so out of it.
We forgot
and we apologized for last week's anyway.
I got a little off track.
Yeah.
But anyway, totally forgot we had watched the Detective Pikachu trailer.
Yeah.
Right before the podcast. Because we were too excited to get to Fantastic Beasts. Mm-hmm. Where I was.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on Detective Pikachu?
Well, when I first heard that it was going to be a thing, I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Live action?
I don't think they even released those games in America yet.
I'd heard of it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just something, kind of stupid.
Yeah.
That they have
it's
done.
A weird spin-off.
That they've done in Japan and, didn't think anything of it. The concept of Detective Pikachu I've heard of before.
Yeah.
But then I saw this trailer where it's a live action world where Pokemon exist, and then there's this one, and he can understand Pikachu. I'm like, oh my god, this is a lot less stupid than I thought it was going to be.
It looks interesting.
I will see it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it
I'll still go see it. But, I guess for me, the one thing is, if you only ever got one live action Pokemon movie, would you have rather this or a story about Red, the Pokemon trainer, growing together and
I'd rather
Pokemon?
have this.
You'd rather have this than a adaptation of the games?
Yeah.
A full Pokemon story?
Yeah, and the reason being is that me right now as an adult, this is a lot more interesting.
Because it's new and
because it's new and weird and for kids, but yeah. There's enough
Ryan Reynolds humor in it, so...
And I'm like, this is something I actually want to see. Whereas when I was 6.
Yeah.
When the first movie came out.
Oh?
Pokemon, the first movie.
Yeah, I forgot that was its actual title.
It was. That was the perfect age to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm feeling like, as an adult now, if that were to come out now, I would not be interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
And if it was a live action take on it, I don't have enough nostalgia for that movie to do that, to go back to it.
Yeah.
But a world where Pokemon exist, and we're not following some kid catching Pokemon, sounds way more interesting right now, for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought it looked cool. Like, the visuals were fine and everything. I was a little worried about that. Live action Pokemon are so weird looking.
Well, that's the thing, is the visuals, they look cool, but they are like, there's just a little bit of weirdness, because they look like the cartoon, like, designs.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
I do appreciate as well, but with the ultra realistic textures.
I like it.
I still like it. It's just some of them look just a little weird.
But
like
they're
the mime
weird.
at the end looks like, kind of creepy.
But I like that. I like a different, more mature look at Pokemon. Not just, oh my god, look at this one. Let's catch this one. Which is my tone from the show.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, let's catch this one.
No, that's fine. But like,
and this one's like, oh my god, Pokemon exist and they're live action and it looks cool.
But you do appreciate that they look like cartoons as opposed to like, what would they look like if they actually existed?
To me, it's kind of like Roger Rabbit.
I didn't watch that movie.
I've never seen it either. But that mix of cartoon and live action, which is what essentially it is in pretty much all these movies with the CGI. But it really comes down to the... Like,
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I was thinking of a different movie.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, no,
but
I've
it's
seen
more
that
like
one. I love
if
that movie.
the actors make you believe that the Pokemon are really in that space.
Yeah.
So if they can do that, which in the trailer I got that.
I never realized how big some of these Pokemon were until I watched this trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Gengar is freaking huge.
Yeah.
He's like the size of a person. I thought he was like a little Jigglypuff-sized thing.
Yeah, me too. But no, to be quite honest with you, I'm really excited for this movie.
Yes.
What's it rated? Do you know?
Probably PG.
PG, so it's not like a G movie, which was like what the Pokemon movies tend to be, sort of G movies. I don't know if they're actually rated G, but
they're made for TV, so, and they're
no. The
based
first
off
movie was in the
anime.
theater.
No, it was made for TV.
No, I saw it in the theater.
Probably limited.
You weren't alive, so how do you know?
Fine, be that way, but it's still the anime. It's still of the anime, though.
Yeah.
Those movies.
Yeah. Sorry, that sounded mean. You weren't alive. You don't know. I was there, man. You were alive, though, because it came out in 2000.
I thought the second one came out in 2000.
Oh, right.
Wasn't that called Pokemon 2000?
Then maybe you weren't alive. Was I 4?
I think it came out like just before.
I think I was 6 when I saw that.
Pokemon.
And let me tell you a little story about me going to see that movie.
Because the anime was 97. So I would have been alive for the first movie. The first movie...
I remember when
98, so I would have been 1.
Let me go
turning 1.
Let me go on a little tangent about Pokemon for a second.
Yeah?
Do we have time?
We got time. We got loads of time.
Okay, so I saw the movie in theaters, the first one, and I went with my dad. And the beginning of the movie is called Pikachu's Adventure.
Oh, the short?
The short. And my dad's watching this, and he says to me after, she's like, that's when I clocked out. I fell asleep. I could not handle this Pokemon. And this is like the only time my dad has like fallen asleep in a movie theater.
Who's watching Pokemon?
Pikachu's Vacation, or whatever, holiday. He's like, I had a migraine, I was done. He just heard the Pika, 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 and he was done.
Nice.
He checked right out. And my dad's someone who likes cartoons. Like, he's like good with that. And so whenever I think of that movie, I just think of my dad telling me after in the car. I'm like, Dad, how'd you like the movie? He's like, I don't remember a damn thing about that movie.
Yeah.
He may have said that when I was a little older. Damn thing about that movie. But I'm like, Dad, let's watch the second one when it came out. He's like, oh God, not the Pikachu's Vacation.
Nice.
So I remember when that one came out a little better. But I also remember when the first Pokemon was on TV and it was a little bit of a phenomenon. I remember that. It was
Yeah.
97. I was 4.
I was being
Dead.
born.
Dead. What are you before you're alive?
Being born? I would have been in a stomach
You were
in 97.
You were being
For
eaten.
9 months until December?
Yeah, you were.
So probably when Pokemon was airing, I was probably in a stomach.
That's really funny. 'Cause I totally remember it being like, it's a thing. I remember the hype, getting the cards, like, you know what I mean? Like, that was me, right?
Yeah.
That was like slightly too young, but just old enough to get it
Yeah.
and be into it for the because it wasn't super big right away, but like it picked up momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for me, it turned into Harry Potter when I was 7. So like 5 to 7 was Pokemon, and then 7 on was Harry Potter.
I don't know. I was a big Pokemon kid in elementary school.
Oh, I had all the games. I had all the cards.
All the plushies.
I didn't have plushies.
Oh, wow. Cool kid over here.
What?
Too good for plush Pokemon.
For plush.
Uh,
You know, my I have a sister who's 9, and she'd never seen Pokemon, and I got her a Togepi figure,
yeah?
and it's like her favorite thing, and she was like 7. She was like, oh my god. And she's never seen Pokemon, but she's got all these plushies and loves them.
Nice.
So I think now that like she's older, she's probably getting into the game. I think I gave her my Game Boy with the crystal, Pokemon Crystal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I wonder how she likes it. I gotta ask her that.
Yeah.
But so Pokemon's been big in my life, so like to see a slightly older mature version is like something I'm really excited for.
Yeah. I don't know. I was very, yeah. Yeah, it looks good. I'm going to go see it. It's just...
We're seeing it. Like,
Yeah, for sure. But it's just not something It's not something... I am kind of the one that would rather, a more legitimate Pokemon movie than just something weird.
Oh. Well, I mean, like, they can do that, too.
Yeah.
And I would probably go see that, but I'm really excited for this take on it. I like new ideas, not just remakes. You
Yeah,
know,
like some people are even saying this is
fresh
just
idea.
Nintendo testing the waters to see how big a Pokemon movie can be.
And I'm down for that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, for sure. And there is that...
There's room for both. You know what I mean? It's not like they can make this
Yeah.
and nothing else.
And they are doing that CGI animated Mario movie with Illumination.
What?
Yep.
Why isn't that news? Put that in the news, Buck.
It was news like a year ago.
See, I haven't paid attention to things.
Because, like...
I was so super into, like knowing all the movies and knowing
Yeah.
all the... I was really into video games. I knew all the video games.
Yeah.
Now, today, I'm like, what's out right now? I don't know. Red Dead Redemption? Wasn't that old? Wasn't that...
2.
I know, but I'm like, didn't that already come out?
Nah. Yeah.
I've been out of the loop for, like,
Way
8
too
months, and I've just lost my position. I've turned old. I'm not like, what are the kids into these days?
But no, what started the freaking Illumination thing is... because that's Universal's animation company, is Illumination. They're the guys that do Despicable Me and...
Shrek?
No, Shrek is DreamWorks.
I'm an idiot. I knew that.
The moment it came out of your mouth, you
That's
were
right.
like, wait, no, that's DreamWorks.
Well, I just got Universal DreamWorks just switched for a second in my mind. Like, it just, like,
Yeah.
thought they were the same for, like, a millisecond. It came out of
Because
my mouth.
Shrek isn't Universal Studios.
That's
Shrek
right.
4D. So,
Now I just want to sing All-Star.
hey, now.
And that's
You're an
not
all-star.
actually do that.
Okay, fine. Be that way. Somebody once told me... Okay.
I'm done.
We can't make this a super long podcast by having a full all-star break
Yeah,
in this
then
middle.
we'll get copyright struck.
Because we just too good.
You are, not me.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. We're talking about Shrek now. We got
Oh,
off
right.
on a tangent
Because
again.
the thing that started was they were working on the Avengers. They're working on the
Mario.
Yeah, the Mario Land. They're working on the Nintendo Land at Universal.
I'm excited about that.
So then while they were in talks for that, they're like, "Ooh, what if we did an animated movie of Mario?" And then they're like, "Oh, okay, we can try. It'll probably be better than the barely a Mario movie that came out in the 80s."
Yeah, where they're just from New York.
Yeah, that was a good... I enjoy that movie.
I've never seen it, but I've seen
'Cause-
reviews of it.
I enjoy that movie. I just don't... I used to watch it on YouTube because like it's one of those older movies where someone's just uploaded the full movie on YouTube
And just no one cared.
and yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, Detective Pikachu. Yeah,
Down to see
that's
it.
what we were talking about.
That's probably what I'm most excited to see coming up.
Yeah.
I've decided at this very second. Because I think there's a Star Wars coming sometime in the Avengers, but no, I'm really, really excited for
Detective Pikachu.
It's gonna be crap, and I'm gonna be like, that's gonna be my pick. That's what I'm excited for. Get the poster, stick it on the
It's your
wall.
2019 movie of the year.
That's right.
Most anticipated movie of the year.
Yeah, we'll see how
Screw
well.
Avengers 4. Screw Captain Marvel. Screw Star Wars Episode 9.
But Fantastic Beasts 3 is not going to be out in 2019, is it?
No.
No. But
They
it's
would have
coming out,
announced it. Yeah, it's coming out. They would have started filming on it by now if they were to come out next year.
And they haven't. Okay. So
I don't
that's
think so.
what I'm saying. That would be more anticipated.
You
but,
would know more about the freaking Harry Potter news than I would.
Hey, I've been out of the loop.
Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, they're re-releasing Deadpool 2 in PG-13 as Once Upon a Deadpool with new scenes with Fred Savage in a homage to Princess Bride.
Yes. That's the most anticipated movie of this month.
Of this month.
Is it coming out this month? Or
Well,
soon?
it's November, so December.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like, before January.
Yeah.
The rest of this year.
Yeah, most anticipated for the rest of the year.
The next 6 weeks.
Yeah. Looks...
Next week.
I mean, it's Deadpool 2. It's just new scenes,
I'm gonna see it.
PG-13 rating.
Yeah, we saw Deadpool 2 together, didn't
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to revisit that movie, but I guess it is definitely an obvious cash grab, but
Yeah.
it's also like it kind of makes sense because Fox have been wanting to do a PG-13 Deadpool since before Deadpool the movie. Like
Yeah.
they wanted the first one to be PG-13, and they're like, Ryan Reynolds was like, no, it has to be R because that's what the character deserves as an R-rated movie because he's an R-rated character.
Yeah, and I agree, but I'm also... Because thing is, you don't have to pick one. You can do both. And
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
What if they just start releasing 2 different ratings of a movie now, a PG-13
Ooh.
one and
oh my god, could this be the start of a new trend?
Oh no, I don't want that as a trend.
No, if
Just
it's
make
once
one
in a
movie.
while...
Just make one movie, not a 2.
But if it's once in a while for
Yeah.
something like this...
Yeah, and this is like it's to come out around Christmas time
For
and
Christmas.
for Christmas, and it's
You need something in the theaters other than that Grinch movie that doesn't look great.
oh my god, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, please, give us something. We have to go every week to the movies for this podcast. Give us something to go see.
Exactly. But I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on a second. Give it a moment. And I think it's passed.
Are you crossing your eyes?
It's passed. I'm not sneezing apparently. I just got.
So you're gonna just sneeze in the middle of me saying something now?
Probably.
That's all right.
But no. Speaking about family movies.
Oh,
that's
Disney. That's what you're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Disney is making a whole bunch of live action remakes, which is we knew that because they've already come out with a bunch.
But they released the Lion King trailer.
Yeah, they released the Lion King trailer.
And some actual news about that I found.
Yeah.
224 million views. One of the biggest trailer drops
Ever.
next to Infinity War.
Wow. Well, Lion King is probably one of the best animated movies. Like one of their most timeless.
And like Disney's been just dropping the trailers lately. Like Dumbo, Aladdin a couple weeks ago, Toy Story. They've just been going trailer each week.
Which is good because you know what? We got to know what they're up to.
Yeah.
Disney's such a big company, and then they have Star Wars now.
They have all those different divisions too, like Lucasfilm and Marvel Studios.
Marvel and all this. So those have been dropping too.
Yeah.
So Disney's very busy, but it's also good to know, like, no, we haven't forgotten about, like, our roots.
Yeah.
Like, our classic Disney style of movie. Which I'm, like, appreciate because I really like that. And it's really nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
Just like Detective Pikachu.
And to talk about the Lion King trailer, it actually surprisingly looks good.
Yes.
I think I'll actually go see that. I'm not a big, like I've said before on this podcast, I'm not a big fan of live action remakes of animated movies. But I guess because this is CG, it's different because it's all CG.
Yeah.
It's basically just an animated remake of an animated movie.
Yeah, which is cool. Like, they probably use some real animals at some points to get some...
Maybe some real locations shooting, but that would be the extent of it. I don't think they do any actual animals.
Yeah, well, I just mean if they were, like, doing some to get some of the movement or something.
Yeah, like, they'd study the animals, but they wouldn't, like...
Yeah, that's what I meant, like, film them, but, like...
Yeah.
Not in the movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
But Disney does a lot of, like, nature movies, too,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So they probably already got a lot of stuff in the bank
for,
in terms of resources for making a movie like that.
Yeah.
And, Lion King was probably my favorite movie before Pokemon was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 2, I watched it nonstop, according to my grandmother, and she'll tell everyone she knows about this.
Yeah.
Because I lived with her for like a month or 2, and all we watched was Lion King.
Nice.
And then later, when Lion King 1.5 came out, we'd always watch that with her as well.
Yeah.
So
not
was just
Lion King 2?
No.
Oh.
Just Lion King 1.5.
Do you know there's a TV show now?
There used to be
Lion
one.
Guard?
Well,
there used to be the Timon and Pumbaa show. I forgot that existed until like yesterday.
I feel like I saw that when I was like watching some kid a while back.
Lion
That
Guard?
sounded really creepy.
The
I mean,
Lion
like
Guard
he
or
was at
Timon
my
and
house.
Pumbaa?
Okay, this is sounding.
What are you talking about?
Okay, my cousin's kid was like at the cottage, and like I was watching him because his mom was like doing stuff, and I'm pretty sure we watched the Lion King show.
Yeah, Lion Guard, which is interesting, and because it's like.
I didn't know how to phrase that. I'm like, I wasn't really babysitting him, but I was just watching him for like an hour while his mom was doing stuff. It
seems like an interesting show because, like, The Lion King 2 is about Simba's daughter.
Yeah, I've seen it.
The Lion Guard takes place before Lion King 2.
Yeah.
Or at least between the kid stuff and adult stuff.
Oh, okay.
Of the daughter character in Lion King 2. But, like, Lion Guard is about a son of Simba's.
Oh.
Where is his son in Lion King 2? But also, it also clears up something else because in the end of Lion King 1, they recreate, like, the first scene with Simba's boy.
Yeah.
But in the beginning of Lion King 2, they recreate that with Simba's daughter.
Maybe he dies.
So... That's the series finale of the show.
Yeah.
Simba's child dies.
Well, also...
Of this Disney Junior show.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like this will be a show that I'll watch when I have kids.
I've seen it. It was fine.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it was.
Pretty sure they brought... I heard somewhere that they brought Scar back, like, in visions and such.
Oh. I literally watched half an episode once.
Yeah.
That is my frame of reference. It was fine. It was definitely Disney Junior. Definitely Junior, but fine for what it was. It wasn't Paw Patrol or Octonaut, something like...
You don't like Paw Patrol? But
I've never actually watched Paw Patrol.
I have never either. I just know.
For
some reason, I don't know why, but I just feel like in my future, I'm going to voice someone on that show.
That's really random.
It is so random, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I'm gonna Paw Patrol for a living.
Okay. I really don't know what to say to that, but I'm gonna just say this while we're on the subject of children's television. If I ever see little Einsteins again, I'm gonna die.
going on a
No!
trip in a
No!
big magic ship,
problem
flowing through the sky, little Einsteins.
I'm gonna die.
Okay. The problem
With being a teenager, when your siblings are born, is you have to watch all this stuff, and then you hate it. You hate it so much.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, not nice, but
Oh, God. They're kids singing. Little tiny children.
it's a musical?
They sing all the freaking time.
Nice.
But I think they're really kids.
Yeah.
So it's
Is that a
not good.
As someone who grew up in a boys' choir, I find that very offensive as a kid who sang for, like, years and years as a kid until I stopped being a kid and became an
4-year-old
adult.
kids.
Oh, 4. That's a little young.
That's what, I'm not saying like middle school kids. Like maybe, but there's
I started when I would have been, like, 9.
Yeah, but did you voice a TV show? No.
I did in my dreams.
Paw Patrol. That's what you.
That's my dream, Paw Patrol. I don't know why. Okay, I do know why. It's because I went to college for acting, and we got a presentation from a guy who, like, if you're in the industry, you might have heard of. I'm trying to think of what I can and can't say. If you're in the industry, you know of, like, the system where you get auditions from, and we had a guy doing a presentation on that, and there was, like, a casting call for Paw Patrol, and that's what piqued my interest of, like, ooh, I should be in that show.
Okay.
Don't know why, but that's just what piqued my interest in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's not my dream. To
No.
voice Paw Patrol.
To voice Paw Patrol.
My dream is to do this podcast.
Uh-huh.
And I'm living the dream.
It's also my dream.
You have a lot of dreams.
I do.
So do I, but not all of them involve speaking.
Yeah. So, since we're off from the tangent, so we wanted to take the time to talk about all the live-action movies that Disney is working on of their remakes, live-action remakes.
Which may or may not have trailers. We're just going to talk to them whole cloth.
Yeah.
Talk
We
about
already
them
talked
whole
about Dumbo.
Yeah.
Didn't really watch it as a kid.
No, not really interested. Next.
Next is probably Aladdin, which it is. Wow.
Because
know
Aladdin's got human characters, I kind of want to see it. And I really love the music in Aladdin, and I would just love to revisit that nostalgically.
Yeah. I don't know.
For me, because that was one of the movies that I really watched as a kid, I'm interested.
Well, I guess I'm the opposite then. If you're more interested in seeing the live action ones with actual actors than, like, CG animals, because I'm more interested in seeing the CG animals, because I guess if you're gonna remake an animated movie, make it visually stunning, and CG animal. That's why this Lion King movie looks so good, is because
like
it looks visually stunning.
The Jungle Book too. Was visually stunning.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of gritty.
Like, with the effects, it's gonna be pretty stunning, pretty
Yeah.
nice for the eyes at least, even if the story is bad, which it's the Lion King, so the story can't be bad.
But here's the thing. I just want to watch Aladdin.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really care for it. It looks like it'll be
the songs
something.
are amazing.
Yeah, but do you want Will Smith singing them?
Oh God, no. Okay, I'm not excited anymore. Let's just watch
Will Smith as the genie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not excited anymore. Why did you ruin this for me? With the truth.
The truth.
Can we just watch Aladdin?
Let's just do it.
All right.
We're talking about the Lion King.
Yeah.
But, like, as I'm, like, saying this, like, even if it's like a shot for shot remake,
It'll look cool.
It'll still at least look good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And Jon Favreau, pretty good director. He did The Jungle Book.
That was pretty good.
There
was, like, not much music in that.
He did Iron Man. He did.
Oh. Yeah.
He's doing The Mandalorian. He's showrunner of The Mandalorian.
Nice.
So
it's got a lot of promise.
Yeah.
Whereas the Aladdin with this new information does not.
With Will Smith.
Ugh. All right. Move on.
Mulan. Oh, completely Asian cash. That's good.
Yeah. I feel like that'll be less like the movie though, because the cartoon like adds like that dragon to the story, and I feel like stuff like that might get dropped in a live action remake.
That's his name, right? Mushu.
Because it's like kind of like a bit historical, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm
they
fine
can
with
do.
that.
Yeah, they could do just like a full, more grounded take on it, even if they have Mushu in it too.
Yeah. Well, the Beauty and the Beast was a more grounded. It wasn't shot for shot. It had more to the story. But it's the original story.
Yeah,
but
and the original songs too, right?
No, but they added to it. There wasn't any new songs though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It was
but I mean, the story was more complex.
But it was still the same story.
Oh yeah, because it's a classic tale, right?
Yeah.
So they just expanded it with some of the other stuff that's in the classic.
Yeah,
tale.
but like Mulan, I feel like even though it'll be more story, it'll just be a different take of it.
Yeah.
As opposed to...
I hope it's more...
Even if it's more expanded, I feel like the Beauty and the Beast, it's still the same take on the same story.
Yeah.
There's not a different... Like, all the Beast and Belle stuff, none of that is, like, changed, right?
A little bit. A bit expanded, that's all.
Yeah, but expansion versus...
Change, yeah. You're right.
Interpretation... Change of interpretation is different too.
Like, I would be fine if the Mulan movie had no music and it was more gritty tale.
Yeah.
But it probably won't be.
Yeah. Maleficent 2 for some reason?
Ugh. Maleficent 1 was fine, and it was not a direct remake, right?
Yeah.
Because it was from a different perspective. And it changed the story.
I didn't watch Maleficent.
Well, honestly. I'm just telling you, it was not a direct remake.
I think it was one of those movies I wanted to see in theaters, but then once it stopped being in theaters, I stopped caring.
You should watch it, and we should probably see Maleficent 2 at some point, if it comes out, when it comes out.
2020.
Maybe. You know, like, it wasn't bad, and I feel like you would like it, but it just was not a remake because it was a different take on the story from a different perspective. Like, it was a remake, but not a direct remake.
Yeah. Lady and the Tramp.
Terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
That does not need to be live action, and that should just be left alone because the title is problematic. Tramp is now a bad word.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That one should just be left well alone.
I might be wrong, but I heard rumors of this being Disney Plus.
Oh.
Like Disney streaming service. Like, I remember reading that Lady and the Tramp being one of the properties that'll be on there before. So I don't know if this is that, but either way,
terrible idea. It's not like The Lion King where it will be visually stunning. It'll be like
CG dogs.
CG dogs. And we see dogs every day, so it's going to look really fake. Whereas we don't see lions ever, so like it looks less fake to us.
Yeah. Pinocchio.
Sure. Fine.
Okay. I'm saying nah.
Well, I'm saying I don't know that story very well.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's more to that story. And because, again, it's real people.
I really like the animated one, though.
I just didn't really
I feel like a CG Pinocchio would just look weird.
I think it would look fine. Like, honestly, I'd rather see that now than this Aladdin thing. But...
Yeah. I'd rather... Here's the thing. They're probably just going to do a CGI Pinocchio. But if they were going to do it...
With a puppet?
Yeah, I'd want them to actually be puppeted if they were going to do a live-action Pinocchio.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'd go see it if it was an actual puppet. But if it's just a CG puppet, no.
Yeah.
Not happening.
I'd rather see that than some of the other ones.
Even if it's like maybe the face is enhanced by CG. That would be fine. Because then I'd know all the movement is someone actually creating that as opposed to a computer.
Yeah.
Like, no, I understand 3D graphics still someone has to create it and animate it, but it's like, it feels less, it just feels like less work, even though I know it's meticulous and hard work, but it's just because it's not actually anything that's tangible.
You just love to see it, and I would too.
Yeah. Yeah. Prince Charming. Okay.
I'm just sort of like I'm intrigued to know more. I will leave my judgment until the trailer drops.
For Prince Charming, or yeah, it
Because
seems interesting.
Yeah, but I don't
we
want to
know
get
of
my
this
hopes
character.
up. Yeah. But we don't know anything about him.
Yeah, they're saying they are doing like the version where he is the same prince in Snow White, Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty. He's just not another person.
That's interesting.
So,
again, but for that one, I feel I gotta see a trailer.
Yeah.
To form an opinion on that.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
We have to know the tone, and
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I'd rather an animated movie of this too.
Yeah.
Like maybe if it was like a Tangled, like the team that did Tangled and Frozen and all that.
Pixar, not Pixar, but 3D.
The new Disney animation.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
I feel like they would be able to handle it right.
Yeah.
As opposed to live action.
It could work, but again, we have to see the tone. Same with Mulan. Like, I feel like a lot of these will have a lot more to say once the trailer drops.
Yeah. Oliver Twist. Okay, it's just Oliver Twist.
Sure.
I don't.
Let's do it. Like, you know what? I haven't never seen Oliver Twist.
It's a good movie.
I've seen Oliver and Company, which is apparently about Oliver Twist. But
Apparently,
you know what? I'd say for that one, do it because it's been so long since we've
watch
had
the
one.
actual like live action musical Oliver Twist though. Not
that would be good.
Because that's a good movie.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
It's so long though that the disc is double-sided.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with that. There's not an Oliver Twist movie that is like people know very well.
There is.
No, but it came out a long time ago.
I don't know if that's Disney though. It might be. I think it is Disney, that live action Oliver Twist.
But I'm saying it's old.
Yeah, it's dated.
It's old. I would admit, and it's old enough that I'm like, a remake is welcome.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, not that there isn't one, but that it's not like it came out while we were alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Older movies are okay to be remade, in my opinion.
James and the Giant Peach for some reason.
Yeah, idiot. No.
Cruella.
Yeah, interested.
Sounds like it's the same vein of Maleficent, I guess, and how it's a villain.
I'm interested.
Story.
I'm interested.
Yeah, and I like that character.
And I think that would work well in live action.
I like that character, not only because it was my mother's nickname, because she had the white streak in the hair and black hair.
Yeah.
And she's a school teacher.
Yeah.
That all the kids would always call her Cruella de Vil.
That's very funny.
Even me and my brother would call her that.
Oh, jeez. I'm sure she loved that.
Yeah. And we'd also call her... We'd also make a note of her name and how it's Wendy Jane. Like, Wendy from Peter Pan, and Jane, which is Wendy's daughter in the sequel.
Yeah.
Tink.
Nope.
No. They've already made solo Tinkerbell movies that are CG.
Those animated things.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The CG animated straight-to-video Tinkerbell movies.
Yeah, it's just like, no thanks.
Yeah, we don't need to see a
We're
live
too saturated
action.
with Peter Pan movies. Like, just leave them alone for like 10 years, and we'll be.
Yeah, because even not Disney keep making live-action Peter Pans.
Just give us a break from Peter Pan, you know, and then we got all those songs with like Lost Boy. You know, Peter Pan is just too around. Just give him a break and bring him back in like 10 years.
Speaking of which, not only are they doing a live-action Tinkerbell movie, they're doing a live-action Peter Pan movie again for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know if Disney's actually ever done one, but there has been so many live-action.
Like Hook and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Give him a break. Let him rest.
This is a longer list than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
The Sword and the Stone.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Lilo and Stitch? No, you stay away. You stay away from my Stitch. You stay away.
I agree.
Oh
God, that's just gonna be so horrible.
Little Mermaid.
You know what? That could look really cool.
Yeah.
So like The Lion King, that one will be visually stunning.
Possibly. Yeah, but it would also be post. post Aquaman where we're getting we're getting all those visuals the underwater visuals that we would have seen.
I would like Disney's interpretation.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for that one than most of the other ones.
Snow White for some reason. And that's the end of the list.
Snow White because it's so old. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. But they've also, even though it's not Disney, there's the one with Twilight Girl and Chris Evans. Not Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth.
I know, I'd like Disney's interpretation.
I like the sequel to that movie as opposed
that was
to the
way
first
better
one.
than it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's our news / trailers, is it?
Lego Movie 2 released a trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Last trailer to talk about. How long have we gone so far? I feel like
50 minutes.
Wow. Okay, this is going to be a 2-hour episode. Like the last one was.
That was only an hour and a half.
It was 40 minutes.
There might be some blank space at the end of the podcast.
Oh.
By accident.
Okay. Lego Movie 2. Looks good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lego Movie 1, but I saw Lego Batman.
I've seen all of them now.
Yeah.
Like, because they did Lego Movie, the Lego Batman movie, and the Lego Ninjago movie.
Yeah.
Lego Ninjago movie I didn't see in theaters. The Lego movie I didn't see in theaters, but I saw it, like, at a camp where it was basically in a theater.
Oh, I see, yeah. No, I wish I had seen the Lego movie. I just didn't get around to it at the time. I really liked Lego Batman. I liked that it wasn't just Batman. Like, Voldemort shows up. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
I was so happy. And I didn't think I was going to like it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god. I love the animation style.
Yeah, when that movie came out, people were, like, saying, the best Batman movie ever. I'm, like, thinking, is it, though?
Most fun.
Most fun, yeah.
Yeah. So it depends if you're defining it on most fun.
Maybe not as good as... Yeah. Not as good as The Dark Knight, I'd say, but it's not supposed to be.
Yeah. No, it's different tone.
Yeah.
But I really like the Lego animation style. Like, I like the Lego video games.
The stop
like,
motion look.
Yeah.
They don't do that in the video games, so the stop motion
look. No, but I like that look.
Okay.
I
Just
like
the
that
look of the minifigures?
I like how they went... As you're holding a Lego minifigure in your hand right now. Yeah. I like how Lego decided, you know what? We make all these things for different properties. Let's go and do something different. Let's make video games. Let's make movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it really worked, and they did it in a really fun way. Because, like, the world is made of Legos. And it looks amazing. And Legos are just a simple building block toy, right? But it, like, gives more credence to, like, their Lego sets and stuff. And it's like, oh, I really like it. Love the idea. Really excited. I gotta see Lego Movie 1, and then I'll go see Lego Movie 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And Lego Ninjago, sure. And I watched Lego Batman again.
Yeah. Okay. So, today, or yesterday, or whatever day it was, we watched it.
We watched it, yeah. Yesterday. Day before yesterday.
Yeah. We watched Widows.
Yeah, that was our movie of the week.
We talked about the trailer before.
We have.
When we went to see El Royale.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good movie. I liked it.
It was a good movie.
Basically, Liam Neeson dies, and his crew dies, and all the widows of them pull a heist. Now,
the movie was a slightly different tone than I expected it to be. Mm-hmm. It was a lot darker, a lot grittier, a lot more serious.
Well, from the trailer, I knew it would be a dark, serious film.
But I felt like it was going to feel more like Taken, which is the other Liam Neeson heist movie. Not a heist movie, but like that kind of...
action movie?
Yeah, and I liked that movie a lot. And I just, in my head, thought it would feel like that, and it didn't. But it didn't feel bad. I was just surprised.
Yeah. This was another movie that just had similar to El Royale, just had a star-studded cast.
Oh, yeah.
So it had...
Liam Neeson.
And that... What's her? Amanda Waller.
And that guy from, like, that's
Get Out.
Get Out. And he's in this. And this movie was so much darker than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So, like, the first time someone, like, got shot, it was just like, bam. I was like, oh, my God.
It even had that girl from El Royale, too.
Yeah, she was in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was
really
good.
like heist movies. Like, Ocean's 10. And Ocean's
Haven't seen any
Ocean's.
There's an Ocean's 10? I thought the first one was Ocean's 11.
I made a mistake, okay?
Okay.
It's Ocean's 11. Love that kind of, like, movie, and I thought it was going to feel more like that. Kind of fun, this is how we're going to do the heist. But it wasn't. It was more about the political drama.
It was more what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting a fun, feel-good heist movie. I was expecting a dark, gritty, my husband is dead, now I must finish his final job.
Well, I guess I saw Ocean's 8 recently.
Yeah.
And
you
I
were
was
just expecting that?
Yeah. And I really love those kinds of movies. Not that this was bad. Not that I didn't like it. But I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just have this really awesome, gritty action adventure instead then. Fine. Are we talking spoilers?
Not yet.
Okay.
If we can still have more to talk about it. Yeah. I'd recommend seeing it. I really enjoyed it. The cast was pretty good. The violence, like you were saying, was good.
The acting was all good. The story was really good.
The villains, because there's kind of two villains that are both kind of fighting each other too.
Yeah, and the twists and turns in the story all made sense, all were fun, all like, not fun in like a heist movie way, but fun in like a keeping you guessing kind of way.
One thing I noticed before we go into spoilers is it's not much of a... The first scene was Liam Neeson making out with his wife.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting in the theater being like, man, Liam Neeson is so not sexy. He's like, not sexy. Just the way he was kissing her was like, ugh. The way his lips were moving was like, that's not a sexy kiss.
I don't remember thinking anything in particular in this movie. I usually like thinking things. Yeah. But no, this time I didn't have any specific thoughts.
Yeah.
And all the trailers we saw about this movie before this movie we'd already seen. Pretty much. So it was kind of boring. Trailer-wise.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move into spoilers now.
I guess we did forget talk about those two new trailers we did see.
That shows how memorable
do we want to talk about those ones?
No.
Mary, Queen of Scott, and The Favorite?
No, we're already into talking about this movie.
Yeah, okay. Let's skip that then.
We'll just put those next week.
Okay, sure. Or just not talk about them.
Yeah, I didn't have much to say.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into spoilers.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was this. His wife has this dog. Where she's carrying around the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I just thought this dog was gonna die. Because it's perfectly, little white dog that if it got shot it'd be red, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
So every time the dog was on screen and there was a bad guy around, I was
just felt so stressed.
I was so stressed. But spoilers, the dog does not die.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. But it does get hung by its collar for a few moments. But it's fine. Yeah. It gets threatened, so that's what added to the stress.
Yeah.
And there's the perfect Caesar's food dog, Westie, a Westie Terrier, whatever they're called. And I'm like, it's so cute, but it also looked really stiff, so I thought it was a plushie at first. Because I don't know, it was like moving very stiffly.
So cute.
Yeah.
I want that dog.
We have this dog.
That dog's a wiener. Which isn't wrong, it's just not as cute.
Yeah. Well, I love her. So,
yeah.
All right. That was what I wanted to talk about, where it's kind of spoilers, but kind of not spoilers. I always have one of those where it's like in between. I really want to talk about it.
So basically, Liam Neeson and his crew die trying to pull off a heist. They were stealing a guy's money, and the guy gets really pissed, and he goes after Liam Neeson's wife and is like, "Give me my fucking money."
And threatening the dog.
Threatening the dog. So then Liam Neeson's wife...
whose name I don't know.
I'll just call her Amanda Waller, because that was her character in Suicide Squad.
Okay. Oh, that was her.
Yeah. So Amanda Waller... So Amanda Waller was...
Sorry, I just touched that chip bag.
So she went to all the other widows.
Yeah.
Contacted them and was like, hey, let's pull off this heist. So there are 3 other widows. One didn't show up. The other 2, one was like, okay, might as well. And the other was a little, didn't know whether or not.
Yeah.
The blonde one. And the blonde one started sleeping with this guy for money, becoming an escort basically.
Yeah.
And then also kind of falling in love with him.
It was weird.
It was weird, but like in a interesting way.
Yeah, and what was interesting about this movie is that she gave them roles to do.
Yeah.
But they're the opposite roles of what they should have been doing.
Yeah, because they both sucked at it.
And then they did the other person's job. So I kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then the blonde one becomes more and more like badass as it goes. Like she can really shoot a gun and
yeah.
And then she's like got all these ideas and like gets like the plans for the building, like does all this cool stuff. Yeah. And I was like, she was so like ditzy at the beginning, and then she was like badass.
I kind of liked at the end.
And I liked that arc.
I liked at the end where it was is that her name? Michelle Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Michelle Rodriguez who hit the guy dead in the chest.
Yeah.
As opposed to, because I thought it was the blonde one at first. Yeah. But then when they took the masks off, I'm like, oh, you were the one that was shot. And
yeah, it was just awesome.
Yeah, because they set it up like, oh, Michelle Rodriguez is a horrible shot.
But she gets the shot.
Yeah.
And the other person got shot.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of playing on your expectations.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, freaking Get Out guy, he was so scary because like, he's working for a politician, but he's
a hitman.
Yeah, he's a fucking hitman, basically.
And he like shoots that guy while he's rapping.
Oh, that was a cool scene.
He was right in his face, and then it was like bam, and then the other guy runs and he shoots, and I'm like, oh my! That's when I realized that this was not the movie I thought it was. That was when he's like staring at the guy in the face, and then he just shoots him, and I'm like, oh my god! Yeah. That took me by surprise. That was a weird scene.
Well, at least the rapper guy died doing what he loved.
That's what you turned to me in the movie and said that.
Yeah. So the one that doesn't join, later, she contacts Amanda Waller, and they talk for a bit, and then Amanda goes, most of the movie, they need to find a driver. They were gonna hire this one guy.
But he dies.
But then he got killed by Get Out.
Yeah, that's his name now.
I like our nicknames for everybody.
Yeah.
The only one we actually know is Michelle Rodriguez.
And Liam Neeson.
And Liam Neeson.
He just plays himself in every movie.
Yeah. He's just some badass hitman in real life? Okay.
No, but like he's always playing the same person.
Character, yeah.
He's just Liam Neeson. I don't know what he is like in his spare time,
but that twist of Liam Neeson being alive.
Oh yeah, spoilers. But I know
we were in spoilers.
But I'm just saying real spoilers now.
Yeah, that was like, ooh, okay. No one saw that coming.
I didn't see it coming. I usually see these things coming a mile away.
They didn't like set it up at all. That's
but
why.
But then the dog, should they set it up? The dog will bark at his scent, and so then when they're in her house and he's barking at the door, you're like, oh my god, he's in there, and she's like, oh my god, he's in there.
Yeah.
But then she's like, he can't be, he's dead. Because the whole movie we see her like missing him.
And we saw his flask too. That's why we were like, oh.
But the dog barking at the door, I'm like, Liam Neeson's in there. Because he barked at his jacket in the warehouse. So I was like, and that was really awesome because I didn't see that coming. And then it's like, shows like the whole plot and no one was expecting these ladies to pull off this heist, and then they do pull it off.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And they got the money. And then Liam Neeson tries to steal the money, and then his wife kills him in the whole movie. She's been, like, missing him, and then kills him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, she's badass. Because he tried to screw her over.
Yeah. But one thing is that the widow that was keeping him, that knew he was alive the whole time, that felt weird a bit, because they didn't show us why he would go there.
Yeah.
They didn't show us she knew any of this was happening.
I thought it was like they were having an affair and that was his baby, but like that never came up again.
Yeah, and she never came up again in the story at all.
So that's the only little downfall.
That's just the only small plot hole.
Yeah. But we know the answer's there, we just didn't get to see it.
Yeah, because they could have easily just like brought the dog when she went to visit the politician, white politician guy, not Grindelwald.
Yeah, Grindelwald from Harry Potter. I mean,
but not Grindelwald.
But yeah, like when he's in disguise.
Yeah. I'm definitely not Grindelwald. I'm not Johnny Depp. So,
Yeah. Not Johnny Depp.
he was an interesting
That's his name
character,
now.
too, because, like, his dad was, like, a huge racist.
Yeah, there was so much, like, layers to this movie that it would be, like, really hard to fully talk
And, like,
about.
he didn't want to be in freaking politics. Not Johnny Depp. Didn't want to be in politics.
Yeah.
But his dad was like, you're going to be a politician. You're going to... Because I was a politician and my grandfather was a politician, so you're going to be a politician. And you're going to show those Negroes what's happening.
That's not what the word he used, but we're not going to use that word on this show.
And I'm, like, thinking, holy crap.
There was another moment like that. That was like, holy crap.
I mean, it was a good thing he got shot, though.
He did.
The dad.
Yeah, he's shot.
But
there was just so... This movie was so dense with,
and
like,
then the
rich
babysitter.
story.
The babysitter almost, like...
Became, like, one of the great characters.
Yeah, when we saw her at first, we're like, why are we following you?
Yeah.
And then there was another point where I was also thinking that, and that's when we saw the backstory of Liam Neeson and Amanda Waller's son.
Yeah.
When we saw that
This movie was so
that
deep.
police dickhead move.
Yeah, where he was reaching not for a gun, but for something else, and he got shot because he was black. Or half black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, damn, all the messages in this movie, you know? Like, it was just like...
Well, that was also just kind of a thing that I was just kind of like... You didn't have to show that it was police brutality.
But I like that they do that because, like, media's, like, saying, like, this is not okay.
Yeah, but at the same...
And this movie had a lot of things where it's like, yeah, this is not okay. That these, you know, white people are helping these black people, but then taking all the money back at the end. And, like, I like that a little bit of social commentary in a movie is always good.
And that
even if we don't need it, just get the message out there in any medium you can.
And when you went to the bathroom and she went to buy the gun, she went to, like, a gun auction.
Yeah.
And she went up to a lady, and she was like... put on a fake Polish accent and was like, excuse me, can you help me buy a gun? I don't know how to buy a gun. And the lady had, like, her young daughter with her, and the daughter's like, it's like you always say, Mom, a gun's a girl's best friend.
I really missed something then. Like, I never have to leave in a movie, but I had to pee.
Yeah. That was the best part.
Oh, and I missed it. I'm really sad now.
The gun's a girl's best friend.
So yeah, there was like social commentary in there, which is, I just say, you know, always a good thing. But I would recommend seeing this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What was interesting, which we should have talked about before spoilers, was they had a thank you for coming to the movies message.
Oh, yeah. They had that also when we went to see Bohemian Rhapsody, not for a podcast, because that movie sucked.
Yeah. But what I like, that's just because people are pirating movies, that they're like trying to encourage people to see it in the theaters. So it's like, thank you for coming to the theaters, and I appreciate being thanked, you know, because I love the movie theater.
Yeah.
But it's always like really low production value. I'm like, if you really want to get people in the theaters, put a scene or something at the beginning that's not in the actual movie.
Mm-hmm. Like a deleted scene?
Or like something that they're not going to get otherwise.
Mind you, if it is pirated, though, they'll get
that, yeah. But you know what I mean, like something sometimes is fine. A little incentive, just because I see so many movies in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good movie.
But it's also the thing is some people are just willing to wait for it to come out on Netflix too.
I know, but this is what makes
especially movies like this.
Yeah.
Where it's not like a huge blockbuster.
But here's the thing, if people don't go to the theaters, then they're gonna not make the movies, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you see a movie that you like, you should see it in theaters, like, because then they'll make more. That's how I see it.
Sequels, yeah.
And sequels and all that sort of stuff. Especially movies that aren't supposed to be the big blockbusters, but are, like, got good messages, or are just really well made that people don't see just because they're not, like, Star Wars.
Yeah.
You should see those movies in theaters. Get your scene points on.
Yeah. For show.
I think that's all I had to say about Widows. Did you have any final thoughts?
Good movie, good action, good acting.
Yeah.
The only thing that I guess didn't make sense was the whole Liam Neeson being alive part.
Yeah, or it turns out like he's the worst guy.
Yeah, and him trying to steal the money back was also a bit of like a, you didn't need that part. You could, I feel like it kind of felt like a bit of a safety, not safety, not, feels almost like they wimped out when they didn't kill him because he's such a big actor that they didn't kill him.
But still, it was good. And if that's the story they had to tell, it doesn't have to be like...
Yeah. It was still good, but like, I
wondered about that.
Feel like it would have been better if Liam Neeson didn't not die.
Didn't live.
Didn't live, yeah. If he actually died when he was supposed to at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they could have still done the whole thing at the end and just had it been one of the political guys.
Yeah, and it would have had the same
impact.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, it was someone's story. Like, that's how they wanted to tell it, and they told it really well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See it. Go. Now. In the theaters.
Yeah. This has been 'Cause We Can Podcasts, an affiliation of 'Cause We Can Commentaries, and other stuff. I am Sarah-Hazen Bask. With me was my co-host...
Kaeden.
Yes. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, at 'Cause We Can 3.
Follow us on... Do we have an Instagram yet?
No.
Still. Are we getting one?
You can do
Okay. Follow us
like us on Facebook. Visit our
there
website. All that good stuff.
Yeah, visit our website.
www.
Visit our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Website's www. 'Cause we can